There are 3 passages on the reading test, and each passage is a page and a half long, more or less. And my advice is to learn how to scan for information, learn how to do skimming. Don't sit down and read the entire passage, then read the questions and go back and try to find the answers. If you're doing that, you're wasting a lot of valuable time. I would start out with the reading test by, first of all, skimming the test. Read the first paragraph. Find out what that passage is about. Go to each paragraph following that. Read the first sentence. The first sentence is a topic sentence. It tells you what that paragraph is about. And then read the last sentence. It's a concluding paragraph. It tells you what the essay was about that you didn't read. Next, go to the questions. When you're looking at the questions, you want to highlight or underline or circle the key words and immediately think of synonyms, because unless the word in the question is a proper noun, unless it's someone's name or unless it's the name of a building or the name of a city, you're not going to find that same vocabulary or the same word within the passage itself. There will be a synonym that is related to it.
For example, if it's got the year 1968 in it, you're going to maybe scan for something related to that, but it's very unlikely that the same word that is in the question will appear in the original text, because they will probably put a synonym. So instead of 1968, they might have in the 60s or 4 decades ago.
Another example that I can think of that I heard earlier, one of the students was telling me about, was in the question and asked him something about a game. But in the test paper itself, the word game never showed up. It was match. Be familiar with the test question types that are on there. You're going to find questions like multiple choice questions. You'll find fill-in-the-blank questions. You'll find sentence completion questions.
Matching a heading to a paragraph. True, false, not given. Yes, no, not given questions. A whole range of questions that you need to be familiar with, and you need practice. So you need to practice before the exam that when you see the question type, because you don't know what kind of question type is going to come up, immediately you see the instructions, you know exactly what you're doing.
If you've got a multiple choice question in, say, the first passage, and the instructions of it say, choose 2 appropriate answers, right, or choose 2 appropriate letters, I'll guarantee you, when you see the next set of multiple choice questions, it won't be looking for 2 answers. It will be looking for either 3 or for 1. So you have to read the instructions very carefully to make sure that you understand what is required of the question. Human nature, I've answered the first set of questions, I've answered the first 10 questions, for example, and the multiple choice questions all told me to choose 2. So when I go to the second passage, oh, I've got a multiple choice question, I know I've got to come up with 2, but unfortunately, it's asking you for 3. There are oftentimes on multiple choice questions that common sense can help you to answer the question. You might get a question about something general, like the sun. Let's talk about the sun. And it says the sun is A, hot, B, blue, C, cold, and D, yellow. Well, you're human, you see the sun, you know it's not cold, so you can eliminate that answer. You know the sun isn't blue if you've ever looked at it, so you can eliminate that answer. Therefore, we only have two answers left. We have hot and yellow. We need to then look back into the passage and try and find something that relates to hot or something that relates to yellow. If you can't find the answer within the question, guess, because you're not penalized for wrong answers. You're only given credit for answers that are correct.
You have got the true, false, not given, which is it's a very difficult thing to do. Even I find it quite difficult, to be honest, doing this. So I know that students might find it difficult.
The questioning for the student comes in when it's no or not given. You must be very careful. You must look really carefully to make sure that the answer is no.